Hello and welcome to another episode of Joy in the Waiting. I'm Natalie.
I'm TJ.
And we're the Supers. And we're gonna just jump right into it. So last episode we were right about to go into shots, or some people call it stems. So we're in that process and we just wanted to give an update really quick on what's that like. So shots. I say shots, but a lot of people call it stems. And what they mean by that is it's a period before you can go through transfer where they stimulate your ovaries. But in order to do that, you have to take several shots. But what it's doing is stimulating your ovaries to produce eggs. There's actually a total of 3 shots. So the first 2 shots are stimulating your ovaries, and then you take another shot to suppress, if it makes sense. It hardly does it, but to suppress you from ovulating. So they want your follicles and your ovaries to grow, but they don't want you to ovulate because they're going to do an egg retrieval, which takes them out. So that has been rough, to be honest. Extremely.
It's an understatement.
Right. And it's not as bad as I thought it was, because I think I was overthinking it. Like, I literally cried, I think, for like 3 days right before. Like, I was like stressing, like, oh my goodness, how am I gonna feel? What is going to be? But it really wasn't that bad. So I'm going to show you some of our shots. Babe, if you can hand that. So we take 2 shots at night, and these medications have to be in the refrigerator. This is what we have to put in the refrigerator. Just to keep it. I just bought this little hint and it was purple, so I thought it was cute. But anyway, so this, if you can see it, this is the pen for the injections, and these are the needles. We're not going to do a whole shot tutorial, but just to give you an idea. Just to give you an idea what it is. So this is the pen, and the medication is inside, and then you take one of these off, and that's the needle, and you screw it on, and then so TJ started off giving me the shots, right? Don't
even put my business out there like that.
So on the first night, I was like, okay, baby, you in the shot. He was like, hey, you gonna have to lay down. I was like, I don't lay down. What? And then he had his hand like this, like you gonna stab me. I was like, what you gonna? No, I'm not laying down so you can poke me in my intestines.
That pen is awkward. Like the way they got it. I have to use my thumb in order to squeeze the medicine inside of in her stomach. So I can't do it with this finger. I had to do it with this one. So the only way for me to grab it, pause, is by, like this. So I wasn't trying to stab her. I didn't even want to give her the shots because I feel like it's hurting my wife. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never want to I don't want to give her no shots anyway. But if we have to do this, then I'm going to have to feel comfortable doing it, and that's the only way I could. Now, the other shots weren't as bad, but that pen, you had to crank it up to a certain number, and then, all the, wiping it down and all that stuff. So it was just, it was just a whole ordeal, and I'm glad I don't have to do that part again for right now.
Right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. But
you did though.
What helped us is what we love. Our clinic has a modular that we could watch, and it had a video, so we could go to the video and keep playing how to properly do the shot. So that was really cool. So we didn't have to stress about it. You hand me the needle that we extract this from. Just one of the needles in the top. So we would take this needle right here and extract, and this is a valve, and we take the medicine out, and also that, so we alternate between my stomach and 2 of my thighs. So we would go back and forth.
How many thighs you got?
2. So we go back and forth between those. So that was a whole ordeal. So this is what goes in the refrigerator. So it was those 2 shots at night. Those 2 shots at night. Mm-hmm. And then, you want to pick that up and show. I bought this container. I bought this container just to be organized. These don't go in the refrigerator, but just at the top is where I put the needles that came in the mail. Right here is where one of our other shots go. What?
I think the bottom one was
there it is. Okay, this is the other shot that we also had to take. So anyway, I put that one's thick, and
the bottom one.
So yeah, and then the bottom one. This is for I don't think we gotta do that one.
Not yet.
Yeah, and then these are the alcohol swap. So my goal was to try to be as organized as possible. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, and you can put that back over there. So those are the shots. So then the overall experience thus far has been good, but I realized it, but it's kind of irritating because I work, you know what I'm saying? So.
Sorry.
TJ, did you drop?
No. It didn't break. It's fine.
That medicine costs money. Money. And you can't just go to CVS and go pick it up or Walgreens, wherever. This is not an ad. I don't know. But you can't go to any of those. It's like overnighted, like shipped from a pharmacy here. So it's not like you know what I'm saying? But anyway. So, as far as the experience, so what happens is we give our every like 2 days, and I'm looking at we have like a form, also like a little sheet that they gave us, which I think is amazing. But every 2 days, about every 2 to 3 days, we have to go in the office for a sonogram. And for them to take my blood so that they can make sure that my hormones are not getting out of whack, and also that my ovaries aren't getting too big or that they're getting big enough. And when I tell you those sonograms, I didn't realize how big and how full my ovaries, get. But by the end, she says my ovaries are like the size of like grapefruits, right? Mm. So it feels like I'm carrying around like 2 melons. Like it feels like pressure and like fluid. You know what I mean? But she said that's a good thing, and she'll go in and measure the follicles, and it's a transvaginal ultrasound. So it's a lot of pressure when I already feel full. And when I say that's painful, like the second sonogram, I was in tears after, because that's just how much pressure that they have to do it that way so that they can see. And my left ovary likes to hide behind my uterus. So that's super, super painful because they have to press down really hard to see the follicles, and so they can measure them. But what I like that was happening with, my ovaries, every time we go, they're growing like they're supposed to. So that's a good sign. So we're just praying for healthy and mature eggs, right, and to get a lot of them. And so that's been the process. How have I been feeling going through it? So going through it, honestly, it was not as bad as what I thought it was, what it was going to be. Like, it's shots, right? I don't know what I was thinking, but it wasn't as bad as what I thought. And I think when all the meds came in, they came in this big box, and we put it all on the kitchen table, and we was like, what? And it was just overwhelming. Yeah,
it looked like it was a lot of stuff. Yeah, so it was crazy.
And I was so scared and nervous about it that I just kind of tried to walk past it like it wasn't there. And TJ was like, no, baby, we about to organize this and put this in things. So I went to the store and bought that. And that helped immediately. Once everything was organized, I felt better because everything had its own space and all that. But then when it came down to giving the shots, I actually had to work that night. And I chose violence on our bank account because I literally rode around and went shopping. Your girl was at Home Goods. Yeah. I was at the mall.
She did some therapy shopping.
I did some therapy.
And that's what it's called?
Because I was trying to avoid coming home. Not because I didn't want to see my amazing husband, but because I knew when I came home it was going to be time for shots. So TJ called. He was like, where you at? I was like, he said, I know what you're doing. You need to come home. He said, I figured that's what you're doing. He said, you need to come home so you can get these shots. So right. I was like, man. So I cried and prayed and was listening to worship music all the way home because that's just how nervous I was. But when I got home and did it, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But the 2 shot at night makes me feel so sleepy and drained. You know what I mean? Like immediately I just want to go to sleep like afterwards. So, and then they also have me on blood thinners, like a baby aspirin and all that. So after about day 2 or 3, I noticed that blood started coming out, like a lot more blood than normal when I was shooting myself. So doing the process of the shots, I just felt angry in a way that we have to go through shots, to have a baby, and some people sneeze and they get pregnant.
Yeah, the difficulty of it, right?
Right. I just felt angry, but then I felt grateful that we are able to do this, because some people want to have babies and they're not able to go through this process. So it was like a lot of emotions. And what I learned is 2 things can be true at the same time. I can be angry, but I can be grateful at the same time. So just being gentle with myself and acknowledging that and giving myself time to be emotional. But I don't really feel like, some people said that they get like super, super bloated. I don't feel like I'm super, super bloated. I just feel a lot of pressure. And also another symptom that they tell you to look out for is irate emotions. And I feel like I wasn't super emotional. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I was super emotional, but I think that's how I've been feeling so far. Just hoping that I'm doing everything right and that the shots are going right. And they added a morning shot. And I noticed the morning shot actually gave me energy and I felt great. But the nighttime shots, they just...
Especially right up before bed. And I also like to say one thing too. My wife has a tendency of, if she asks me to do something and I don't do it right away, then she's going to do it herself like real quick. She has no patience for when she asks me to do something. I'll be like, all right, I'll get to it. So when she mentioned that she was giving herself the shot, it's not that that I didn't want to give it to her, but I didn't. But it was the fact that I wasn't moving fast enough for her. So that's why she started giving herself the shot. And then, I just want to put that out there because I don't want to seem like I'm a lousy husband. Because I didn't want to give her the shot, but I was going to do it because, we're a team. But I didn't like hurting her, but, she's just impatient. Her mom even said she was impatient. She wasn't patient to be born. She was born in the hallway at the hospital, so she has no patience.
Oh, snap.
But I love her anyway.
Oh, snap.
I love her with all this. You feel me?
So we bring in past experience and personal stories of what our mama say into the thing. What they got to do with it?
No, it relates because you're not patient. You wasn't patient to be born, and you're not patient for me to give you the shot. So, it's your way or the highway.
Okay,
I can't be honest.
Okay, no.
I love you regardless.
Just because you sprinkle "I love you regardless" after you say stuff like that does not make it right.
What if I do it like Salt Bae? Yeah, okay.
Anyway, first of all, it was not like that. TJ started off giving me the shots, right? But I started giving myself the shots because you kept saying how I don't want to do this. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to give you the shots. So instead of me haggling you, talking about TJ, it's time for the shots, But
I would have did it regardless. No, I don't want to hurt you, but yes, I would have gave you the shot.
But baby, I thought that I was being good by not coming back there and aggravating you. Be like, hey, can you come give me the shot? While you back there in your office. And so I was just like, you know what? You already expressed to me something that you don't want to do.
Right.
So let me just take one for the team.
I get that, but I never wanted you to feel like I didn't want no part. Like, I felt like that was another thing for us to do together, and you kind of took it from me. Yes, I was like, no, I didn't want to hurt you. Like, who wants to stick a needle in their wife? Like, no, I don't want to do it, but I feel like that's something that we should do together. Like, I can't feel the pain that you're going through, but I do want to be there, when you go through it. Like, if that makes sense. So you just kind of took it away from me, so... It's all good, though. Well,
I apologize. Like, seriously, I didn't mean to take nothing away from you. Actually, I thought that I was protecting you or that I was helping you or helping you through this process. If that's something you really didn't want to, I didn't want to force you. But cool. I apologize. Like, seriously, I'm sorry.
We good, man. You still my homie.
But you still did not have to bring up that I was born in the hallway. Like,
that's not bad, though. That's like, I just said that you wasn't patient.
Okay. So, moving on.
I'm sorry. If it really hurt your feelings, I apologize. I thought that was just a funny story that I could share. Or was that too personal?
Here we are.
It's too late.
Here we are.
We can edit this out.
No. So, also, okay. So when it comes to what keeps me encouraged going through the shots or giving, taking the shots because they were painful and what I did was I wrote down this little list. I don't know if you can see it.
You want to read it for the people?
Yes. And I say it every morning and it helps. I just believe in affirmations and speaking positivity and putting stuff in the atmosphere. So at the top I have pray positive, think positive, speak positive.
Oh God.
And these are all the affirmations. Today is my day for a miracle to happen. My body is where it needs to be to accept and carry a baby. I am physically and emotionally strong enough to complete this IVF cycle.
I believe you.
I love myself.
I love you too.
I am proud of myself for doing everything in my power to conceive our baby.
I'm proud of you too.
TJ is supporting me in every way I need.
I'm the one.
I have hope, faith, and confidence in God through this process.
Hey, G-O-D. That's all we got.
I trust God to allow my body to do what it was made to do.
And all other things too. Good God.
Jesus. Everything is exactly as it should be.
Yes, ma'am.
I will be a mother.
You will be a great mother.
Thank you, baby. So these are things that I put on my bathroom mirror. So I say that every morning, and then I make sure I look at it. And then also I have a little like sock, like a little baby sock that I like to hold on to when I go do the sonograms, or I'll squeeze the sock just to remind me why we put our body through this pain, why we're doing that. So that's something that really helped encourage, me and TJ through this process. Okay, another thing that is bothering me, but it's worth the sacrifice, is the fact that I cannot work out. And that's one of the things that helps me mentally, not just for weight loss. I know some people like to work out for weight loss and that's beautiful, and I do like it for that too, but I like it for mental. I like to work out early in the morning. I love to go to Orange Theory. I love to go to the 5 a.m. class because it's early in the morning. I just love working out, and I can't do that because my ovaries are getting so big that they don't want to risk contusion or like my tubes twisting or anything.
Who knew they could do that?
So I can't work out. I'm not allowed to have caffeine. I'm not allowed to have alcohol, and we're not allowed to have sex 3 to 5 days before to make sure when TJ juices that the sperm has been held back for a certain amount of days so that it can be, we got them strong. So when they, whatever. So that's also something that I've been, just praying about, and ask God to help me that I can't, that those are things that I just, can't do. Yeah. Because I'm not, I love to work out. Also, I like to have me a glass of wine every now and then. Can't do that. And I also enjoy sex with my husband. We all grown here. Can't have sex with my husband and can't work out. So, hey, all I got is King Jesus. Don't got the coffee. They strip me of everything with King Jesus. You know what I'm saying? But that's all we need.
Lord.
G-O-D, that's all we got.
G-O-D, that's all we got.
But I'm just grateful for this experience. Okay, so that's mine. So, babe, how does this make you feel, the whole process?
I honestly feel like my part is like it's important, but it's so small compared to everything that you have to do. So I just been feeling like a little guilty because the only thing I gotta really do is juice in the cup and give you shots. But you're the one, your body's the one that's going through all these changes. Like you can't go work out, you can't drink, and we can't have sex. And like I feel like all these things is like, I don't know, like I'm not feeling like remorseful, but I'm just feeling guilty that you're going through all that and I can't bear some of the pain that you're going through, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like me, I'll be around here like floating around on butterflies and stuff, like, oh, everything's great. And then I get, I have to give you a shot at night. And then you said like how sometimes it make your stomach hurt, sometimes you feel it go down your thigh. It just, I don't know, like I don't feel worthless, but I just feel like I'm not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Compared to I gotta do one thing compared to the 11 things you have to do. You know what I'm saying? So I am very appreciative of you sacrificing your body like this. And your time and stuff like that. So I don't ever want you to feel like this whole situation, you being taken for granted, because you're, like I said, you're dope. You're very brave. You're doing all this on top of working, on top of going to school and getting your hours. And like I said, it's dope to see that you can do so many things at one time. But I just feel bad that I can't take some of that pain off you. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I feel okay. I guess just kind of patiently waiting to see how everything turns out. But at the end of the day, I am very very grateful for my wife, and I'm very very grateful for this experience as a whole. Like I do feel angry that some people could just touch another person on the leg and get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy for certain people, and then for other people, we have to pray, and we have to build airplanes, and we have to figure out how to program a remote control to a TV, which is unnecessarily hard for no reason. But I guess I have to look at it in a way of everybody's everybody's blessing is not everybody's blessing. So like the situation that me and Allie going through is not the situation that somebody else is going through. You know what I'm saying? So I just have to be mindful of that and just appreciate the things that we can control, and appreciate that. I know I appreciate that I have a dope person to go through this whole situation with. So that's pretty much how I feel.
That's what's up. Well, I didn't want to interrupt you in the middle of your thought, but not your thought. I'm sorry, of you processing, your feelings and saying what you're saying. But baby, you are not worthless through this process, because baby, honestly, I don't know what I would have done without you through this process. You just being there, you like little encouraging stuff you say that I don't even think you realize, that you like, hey baby, you look real good today. Like even that made me feel good, because I feel like crap, but you look so pretty today.
Like you won't even be trying, you'd be fine. Like you know what I'm saying?
Because I know I'd be looking
that's
rough,
not a lie.
But
that's
that little stuff like that, or when you just tell me, baby, I know this gonna hurt, but we're gonna get through this together. Right before when you were giving me the shots in the beginning of, what I'm saying, like right. Little stuff like that. When you check on me and be like, hey baby, do you need some water? Hey, you just need to lay down. Don't do nothing. You know what I mean? Like little stuff like that, showing me you care. And it's not little, it's huge stuff. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever feel like you're worthless through this process, because baby, you have been my rock, and I'm so thankful and grateful that I get to go through this process with you, because I don't feel alone. Because at the end of the day, I can't be alone. I'm not alone, because we're raising this child together. And I feel like even though it's hard, I don't want to cry, but
it's okay, baby.
See, you're gonna make me cry. Okay,
it's okay. You can let
even
it out.
I'm trying to shake it.
You gonna shake it off, Thug? Thugs, don't cry, homie.
Let's go.
Don't cry, homie.
But, just even though this process is rough, I'm just so glad.
It's okay, baby.
That I get to go through it with you. No matter what happens, that we made this decision together, and that we're in it together, and
it's okay. Where's the tissue at? You usually keep it on deck.
It's okay, but I'm just happy that that I have you and your support with me, and you encouraging, and I'm just excited and setting an expectation of what God's gonna do, and how God's gonna help us. It's the hormones. Help us get through this.
It's okay, baby.
So, I just want you to know that you're not worthless. I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Getting through this together.
That's right.
Okay, so you talk about what keeps you encouraged, because I talked about what keeps me encouraged through this process. What keeps you encouraged through this process?
What keeps me encouraged is just the end goal. You know what I'm saying? The end goal is to have a beautiful baby girl or boy, to have a family, in which even throughout this process, even if we don't have a child or whatever the situation may be, we're not going to pray that we do, but if we don't, we're still going to be a family. Me, you, and Harlem. Sometimes I want to get rid of Harlem, but it's okay. And then just the the end goal of it. So like that's why I be trying to remind you of sometimes. Like when we get down, it's good that you have your sock, but when you get down, I try to encourage you. Like remember why we doing this. You know, we're trying to have a little mini you or mini me or whatever they turn out to be at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So I guess just the fact of like becoming a dad, like that's what's bringing me joy. Like I'm excited. Like I wanna do and give this child everything I wasn't given when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like I know when I was coming up, I needed more structure. I needed somebody to tell me, "Hey, do your homework," but not only tell me, but like show me. You know what I'm saying? Show me how to do it. Like show me how to do things and. Teach me how to ride a bike. Teach me how to ball my fists up when I need to fight. Teach me how to do push-ups and fold clothes and, just structure. You know what I'm saying? But also be loving enough to, if they make a mistake, just tell them, hey, you made a mistake, but it's not the end of the world. Let's learn from it and let's not do that again. So. That's what brings me joy. Is just the future of it all. What about you, babe?
But I already said what kept me encouraged.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, my affirmations, of course, you and holding on to the little sock when you was giving me the shots, and when I was giving myself the shots and going to get those sonograms is what kept me encouraged and all that. So yeah. All right. I'm sorry.
I can't wait. The one thing I will say is I can't wait to start buying my child these shoes right here. I can't wait. I can't wait to buy my child all the shoes that I wasn't able to get. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame nobody for me not being able to get the shoes I want when I was a child. My mother was a single mother. My granddad and grandma and everybody did the best they could, but when this child get here, of course I'm gonna make sure they know their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and man, we got hip hop songs now that teach these kids how to read and count. Did you see the one with Snoop Dogg in it? No. Snoop Dogg got one that's 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
Stuff that I would have never thought to have back when we was younger. They got actual hip hop for learning now. You know what I'm saying? And to me, music is a big deal, So I feel like that's even better. But when my child get here, they gonna be. I'm gonna make sure I spend time to teach them things. And then on top of that, they're gonna have the Jordans, the Pennies, the Grant Hills. They're gonna be cultured.
Well, personally,
extra seasoning.
I don't believe in paying $100 and something for an infant. Or $50 for an infant for shoes because they not walking. I don't. So, but if you want to do that,
what's wrong with the little Jordan booties?
$30 for something that they gonna grow out in literally a couple of days.
Hey, this is just something we're gonna have to agree to disagree on.
That's fine. But what I want you to understand, what I want y'all to understand is my baby. When it's time for them to learn walk, they gonna get the Buster Brown with wooden bottoms. Oh yeah. They ain't gonna be trying to learn how to walk in those Jordans so they can mess up their feet.
Jordans is for looks. Buster Browns actually does something for their feet, so I agree with that.
Exactly. So if that's what you want to spend the money on, that's your business. But I don't believe. I know everybody has their own opinions. My personal opinion, I don't want to be spending $100 and something on some shoes that. The child, I don't see how it's benefiting the child. Whatever, but we ain't got to get into that.
It benefits me because the more I spend, the more points I get on finish line. And then I get more money off the shoes I want. So it benefits me.
All right. Well.
All
right. Well, we like to end every episode and this is called Joy in the Waiting. What brought us joy today? For me, what brought me joy today is this morning, I was able to make myself, I love me some grits and it's cold outside. And when I tell you those grits was so freaking good, I did burn the bacon. So I didn't get to eat bacon. Sometimes I have a little trouble. I have a little trouble with burning bacon sometimes if I don't put the timer on. And then I thought I put the timer on, but obviously I didn't, or I missed it because they burned.
That just got our way of saying we don't need it.
So I was like, you know what? I wasn't going to make sausages, but I don't really like sausages in the morning. Like the thought The thought of a sausage right now literally makes me want to throw up. So anyway, I just scrambled me some eggs and I had me an egg sandwich and I had me some grits with some eggs. When you talking about some good, oh, it tasted so good. But anyway, that's what brought me joy. What about you? What brought you joy?
That you left me the burnt bacon that you burnt, because I was able to make me a good old sandwich.
He'll eat the burnt bacon. I don't. He don't believe in throwing it away. But I do. So
bacon
I just
costs
hey,
too much money.
If you want it, you can eat it. If not, we can give it to Harlem. But
bacon costs too much to be thrown away like that. But I really feel like we burned it so much. I feel like that's God was saying, "Hey, y'all really don't need the bacon. We just not listening."
All right. Well, it's all an interpretation. I don't believe it. I believe God is telling me now you need to pay more attention when you put stuff in the stove.
That too.
But all right. Well, this has been another episode of
Joy in the Waiting.
Joy in the Waiting.
Hey.
Thank you guys for going on this journey with us.
We
love you. Yeah, I get copyrights and I got to carry on. I ain't about to get sued.
To make our own song.
Have a great. God bless you all. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.
Thank y'all. See y'all again later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Y'all come back now here.